Kezza Giffa, the recent USC commit, high point transfer, has decommitted from USC. He was committed to USC for about 5 days and will now be looking for somewhere else to play. Like literally, he was committed to them for 5 days, which is crazy. But I was on the Kezza Giffa commit video. High point transfer guard who, he's an all Big South selection, talented offensive player who really banked on getting to the rim, even given his small stature, being like 6'2", 175. He was great at getting to the rim and getting to the free throw line in particular, but struggling in some other areas as far as defensively, obviously given his size and outside shooting. When I was kind of predicting of what he would be for USC, I just thought it would be some backcourt depth. I didn't necessarily think he would be a major contributor, but I guess I'll throw it to you, Dion, because there were some questions on, I guess, how he would transfer, given some of the, or how his skill set would transfer to a high major level, given, the things I just talked about. But what do you take from, I guess, this very, very short commitment from like from Kezza Giffa and USC? Does this mean USC is getting somebody else? Does this mean that Kezza Giffa got on campus and was like, wait, what's going on? Like, what happened here? What transpired?
Clearly, they didn't take him to Roscoe's because if you go from High Point to Roscoe's, like you're not leaving LA ever. But obviously, I mean, I think it's twofold. Part of it is probably the role he was going to play, and maybe it felt good until he got to campus, and then it just didn't feel right to him that he was going to play such a small role, given he pretty much averaged 30 minutes per game the last 2 years at High Point, and he probably wasn't feeling the idea of like, oh, I'm only going to play 5 to 10 minutes on this team. I also think it could mean Des Claude's on the way back. Des is running out of options here. I think eventually like that reunion is going to be brought back to the table, and maybe it's already been brought back to the table and we don't realize it.
Yeah, and look, in the grand scheme of things, there's probably a world where Kezza Giffa wanted to make his way to play. Thank you. Wanted to make his way to play for maybe a larger role, and there was a little bit of like confusion on what it would be at USC. But not to disrespect either party in this one, but like I think Giffa maybe wanted a bigger role, didn't necessarily understand it. Maybe some things changed in that short time period. And USC's at a point where they have some guard depth and they have some pieces there that I think wouldn't necessarily, like, he would play a role on that team, but I don't think he would actually be like a major contributor per se. So it's like maybe it's just one of those situations where it he just kind of wanted to find a bigger role. It's just interesting how it happened like in a 5 day span, I guess.
This video is brought to you by NBA 2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. They're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh,
Ooh,
okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's, that's New
New
York.
York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado is.
It's in Colorado. There's a state of
Is that
Colorado.
this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video.
I have this weird theory. Like, I think these guys are committing before they visit to the schools.
Yeah, well, this one actually might be in that mold because so this throwback here, Giffa played his freshman year at UTEP for Earl Boykin, and he was not good, by the way, in that first year, right? Um Left UTEP, went to High Point. I think USC hired Boykin like a day after Giza committed or Keza committed. So like
Gotcha. So they hired like Earl Boykins, like the NBA player Earl Boykins,
I think so.
the short dude.
Wait, maybe not. It's got to be different, possibly.
No, Boykins. Yeah, he is on the USC staff.
Is he like Earl Boy? Is it Earl Boykin or Earl Boykins?
Earl Boykins. He
Like
he
that?
played he played like 15 years in the NBA, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Like
actually played for Musselman on the Warriors. I thought he was like good for a little while. He wasn't. He just wasn't good. But he was
okay.
short though, so like he did the he had a great career for his size, of course. So I mean that would make sense where he was just like following his coach. He probably got there and said, "Coach, where's my minutes?" And Earl Boykins was like, "Hey, by the way, man, like we ain't at UTEP no more, big dog."
I just talked to Big Mus and he's like, I got 10 minutes for you, Max. And he's like, wait, what?
Kezza was like, "All right, I'm about to hear that." But yeah, I mean, because like even Yaxel, like he visited Michigan what 3 weeks after he committed, and like obviously it's a much different situation with the bag that he got. But I think a lot of these dudes are committing to schools. They're not necessarily having the conversations necessary, and then they're getting there and figuring out what it's going to be. And that's why some of this transfer portal additions don't work. And Keza kind of got ahead of it and said, "I'm just going to go right back into the portal."
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go in. I mean, we're living in a world too now where like some of these guys aren't even talking to staffs directly before they even commit or visit, like because there's agents involved now and things like that. So there's a lot of different things at play here. But now I guess I'll ask you this one to end this, Dion. Giffa's back in the portal. I'm assuming. Like, do you think he has a stop or a next spot already picked out, or you think he's kind of starting from square one now? Because I guess rosters are filling up quick at this point, right?
I think he probably he probably goes back to high point. I think I think that everybody just admits like, hey, we thought something was going to happen here, it didn't. So I'll just come right back.
Yeah, I think High Point might be the best spot for him to be able to do what he can do, and um, yeah, I think his game is suited for that level as well. But yeah, we'll see if that maybe leads to an effect on what USC is going to do, and then obviously see what Kezza Giffa's next move is.